Hi, I'm Jody Pappas. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today's topic is all about the difference between dieting and intuitive eating. So if you have watched some of my other videos, and especially my introductory video, you will know that I am against the diet mentality. I'm against that whole philosophy that we need to restrict and control what we put into our bodies in an effort to actually change our body or to change our health. So I believe that intuitive eating is actually the place that we should be in each and every moment of the day in order to truly enjoy what our body is asking to give it. So for example, I have in front of me a bowl of fruit, as you can see, and there are some times that on diets, people are told that they can't even have fruit. And that to me is very sad. To me, when people go onto a diet, they typically go into a big feast mode right before the diet starts because they feel like they're going into the Last Supper mentality. And then they start the diet the next day where they know that they're going to be quite restricted in terms of what they're going to be able to eat and put into their body. And that's true. You are going to be quite restricted when you're on a diet, and you're going to have to deny yourself a lot of the pleasures that you enjoy, a lot of pleasurable food. And sometimes it might even be just a simple apple that is deemed as the evil victim. I often tell this story where I think back to when I was in a very restrictive place of dieting and, constant yo-yo dieting, that I was very, very afraid of eating bananas because I had somebody tell me once, a personal trainer who was not trained in nutrition, by the way, tell me that if I wanted to achieve my body goals and to lose weight, that I should never eat a banana. And so bananas became my restricting food that I would never allow myself to enjoy. And it seems so shameful now to think that I was blaming a poor innocent banana. And now I freely enjoy bananas almost daily in my smoothie is my favorite way to enjoy a banana. But my point being is when we're in diet mentality, we go into a very restrictive mode where we feel that we cannot enjoy certain foods in our lives. And we feel quite guilty and shameful if we actually do enjoy those foods. And that's a really sad existence. That's a really sad way to think about food and to think about your body. And that is why I subscribe to the mentality of intuitive eating, which tells us that I have to listen to what my body is craving. So maybe I'm craving an apple, and maybe I'm craving one of these sweets that are in front of me here. So we really need to listen to our body to know what our body is actually asking for at that time. I have always trusted that my body will tell me what I need and when throughout the course of my life. And if you actually listen to what your intuitive needs are telling you, what your body is telling you, then you really can't go wrong. So let me give you an example, because this is where a lot of women struggle. And they say that they struggle with snacking after dinner time. So a lot of women tell me that they do fine all day. They eat a beautiful, healthy breakfast. They'll have, their eggs and their toast or avocado toast, or they'll have, oatmeal or protein smoothie or whatever, yogurt, whatever it turns out to be. Whatever fuels your body for breakfast. Breakfast is super important. Then I have, a lot of women say, and then for lunch, they take lunch to work with them, or they eat something really great and very balanced at home. So, whether it be, some protein, some vegetables, some carbohydrates, I'm a fan of eating all the food groups. So, they do great. They do great for breakfast. They do great for lunch. They do great for dinner. And then it's after dinner when they sit down on the couch to enjoy their favorite show on Netflix that they suddenly bust out, whatever the snack might be. And that's where they tend to lose their willpower every evening. And so to that, I say, I want you to go back and I want you to evaluate, what did you actually eat? So I mentioned some of the food groups and some of the things that you could have eaten as a potential meal for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner. But I want you to go back and look at, did you have enough fat in your meals? So have you eaten an avocado today? Have you added something as simple as flaxseed to your yogurt, flaxseed to your smoothies? This is great fiber, but also great healthy fats that will fill you up, some great omega-3s in there. So have you eaten enough fat? Have you eaten enough protein? Have you had sodium? Have you had some sugar? Everything has to be in our bodies in balance. And so if throughout the course of your day, you've been missing a certain food group, maybe you're restricting carbs, maybe you're eating low fat, then your body naturally, because it's intuitive and because it's so smart, your body will be looking for some of those other tastes and some of those other minerals and nutrients that you need. And that's where you're going to resort to snacking. If, on the other hand, you are eating those well-balanced meals, you're having some good snacks throughout the day, you're having maybe an apple with some almond butter, you're having a handful of nuts with, maybe an orange for a snack, or you're having some, whatever it might be, a piece of toast with some almond butter, I'm a big fan of. But notice that I'm always pairing with a fat or with a protein. So that's what I know keeps my body satiated. But we also know from science that that is what keeps most people feeling satiated. So if you're struggling with yo-yo dieting, if you're struggling with just being able to follow your body's intuition to say, what does my body need right now? Do I need a nice little sweet baked treat? Do I need an apple or an orange? Maybe I need a banana. Maybe I just need some water. So listening to what our body needs is really key. That is one of the tenets of intuitive eating. And it's quite different than following a very restrictive diet plan that tells you that you can't be having all of these things. Because we all know that human nature is, the more you tell me that I can't have something that my heart desires, that my body desires, the more I am going to crave it, the more I'm going to seek it. And maybe I'm seeking it at night when I'm having those snacks. So I say, listen to the intuition. Eat what your heart is telling you and what your body is telling you that you need, because you know what makes you feel energized, what makes you feel really good and feel strong. And do more of that. Do less of the guilting and shaming when you do eat the things that you deem as maybe not as healthy. I want you to challenge your thinking about what is good and what is bad, and try to remove those labels from what you eat. So nothing is good, nothing is bad. It is what it is. It's food, and it nourishes your body, and it is what makes you feel good. That's what really matters. So that's a little bit about intuitive eating. That's about how I work and how I coach my clients in my nutrition practice. And I hope that you found this helpful to just learn a little bit more about what this intuitive eating is all about. We'll see you again soon. Please subscribe to my channel by clicking below. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.